Hey guys, we're back with another video. The Ford F-150 that we did the steps on, it's back for some traction bars. Again, the Rough Country is a good product. Here we're going to need a little bit more skill, quite a bit more tools. You're going to need heavier duty tools. You're going to need an impact wrench. You're going to need a good drill, some very good drill bits. You're going to drill into the chassis, or at least I'm going to drill into the chassis. So this isn't the kind of thing that if it's not in your wheelhouse, I would stay away from it. If you're comfortable using tools and comfortable with your knowledge of how the suspension works, you can do it. Not a problem. But if you're not comfortable with tools and suspension work, just have a professional do it. Like I said, this is the same truck we worked on before. I try to edit a little bit more this time. I try to, edit out my cussing. I cuss a lot. I try to edit out the loudness of the impact because it's quite loud. Hopefully I was able to portray the video properly without giving you a lot of annoying sounds. Like I said, my humor's in there a little bit. Maybe you don't like it. I have a dry sense of humor. But we try to do the best we can. Again, we're working here with basic equipment. And we've got some more videos coming up, some more Rough Country stuff. Other stuff is in the works. We're editing as we go. We're working on making these better for you. So again, like, and very important, subscribe. This is a very, very slow growing channel. At the point where we are right now, we have very few subscribers, if any. I'm not even sure we have any up to this point. So subscribe. It's important for us to keep making these videos. Hope you like them. Share them. If you have a friend that likes car stuff, maybe they have a Ford, they've been thinking about doing it, or you have a Ford, you've been thinking about doing it. So hopefully this will be the kind of video you like. And if you don't like it, it's always great to send something you don't like to a frenemy. Those guys that are kind of friends, kind of enemies? Those are frenemies. Send them this. Alright, there's the kit. 15 F-150 traction bar kit. There's actual bars, nice and hefty. The end joints are adjustable. Locking nut. This is all the hardware. These go on the leaf spring U-bolts. Some more bolts, some more brackets. This is all the hardware you should need. Alright, this is the truck here. 2015 F-150. Crew cab, sorry about the glare. Traction bars. First things first, we are going to be placing the U-bolt brackets onto the U-bolts. So, guys up. Now, there might be some glare, maybe not. So here I am running down the nuts for the U-bolts using a wrench because the socket won't reach all the way up. The U-bolts are kind of long, so the socket doesn't reach up there, so I can't drive them down with the impact until I lower them a bit. Then you'll see me use the impact to get them out
Then I can put that new plate on there, which is the bolt point for the ladder bar or traction bar.
¿Ya no va a llevar la original, va?
¿Cómo?
¿Ya no lleva la otra, va?
No, la base original no se usa.
¿Y qué curada en el kit de la suspensión? ¿Usas la original, no?
¿Cuál, güey?
En el kit cuando le pones suspensión, ¿usas la original?
¿Neta?
Sí, güey.
Sí. Pues es que el bloque va arriba.
Sí.
Y este reemplaza la placa. Pues porque ¿de dónde más se va a agarrar, güey? O sea, para el lift sí está bien, pero si vas a ponerle traction bar, te apuesto que si la cambias.
Okay, so here I turn down the volume because I start cussing and carrying on. Maybe you guys don't care for any of that, so I thought I'd bleep some of it out. Trying to figure out ways to bleep out just the cussing, but I cussed and somebody else cusses and then I cuss again, so we edited some of the sound out. So right here, I forgot to look at the instructions a little bit more carefully. So the new plate doesn't go in place of the original U-bolt bracket. It goes sandwiched on there. So once I got to seeing the way it was bolting up, once you were tightening it up, I saw that the contours weren't lining up. So you'll see me here remove the bracket that I just put on. I hadn't tightened it quite yet, so it's okay. Then I put the original one back in there, sandwich it with the new one, and put all that stuff back on there.
No, pero ¿por qué no le hiciste la pregunta con el gran impacto?
No dan, las de enfrente quedan más arriba.
Pero digo, ¿por qué no le hiciste la pregunta con el impacto?
Que porque ya no da el impacto, no alcanza.
Oh, ya no alcanza.
Las de atrás sí, pero las de enfrente no. Las de enfrente sí le di con el impacto, como quien dice, hasta donde era.
Ah, ok.
Las de enfrente no alcanzan. Se ocupa un dado más largo, pues.
¿Y si hay?
No. Tengo el presentimiento que en la agencia en el ensamble no los pusieron a mano. Mira, ni le llegan, güey, a las de enfrente. Pues me fijé en las de acá y en las de allá, porque ya es que ahorita que me dijiste, pon las parejas, no estaban.
So here we are, fast forwarding again. This time we're doing it in mixed reasons, a little bit of cussing going on. Plus, you don't get to hear the impact wrench. It's loud as can be. We're just taking off that U-bolt bracket just like you did on the other side, so no need to see it again anyway.
Alright, next we're going to install these traction bars using supplied hardware. Okay. Tighten, but just snug. You want to be able to move the arms up and down. Now we're going to do the other side.
Alright, so next we take this end here, which is the forwardmost end of the traction bar. Gonna slide this in here. And we are going to align it on the chassis like so. Then we're going to mark the place where the hole is going to go, and we are going to drill a 9/16 hole there. I already punched it. And started a hole. My drill bits are terrible. So right here I'm going to struggle a bit, not a bit, quite a bit more than that, to drill these holes. So these are some drill bits that I bought that I don't really like them. They're Milwaukee's, but they have a different cut at the tip, and I don't remember what it's called. But I had lost my other set of drill bits. They're just regular drill bits, and these are those quick release drill bits. So I thought I'd give them a try because they went on sale. Not that they were too cheap, but they were relatively accessible. So I thought I'd give them a try. I didn't really like them. Maybe I'm just not using them correctly. I do center punch before I drill. You didn't see it, but you can kind of make out the center punch right there on top of that drill bit set. So I have it. I even have the punch in the drill bit set case so that I never forget. I just didn't like them. They didn't work out for me, but my other set is lost while I'm recording this, so I just have to make do. So you'll see me angle them differently. That's not how you use regular drill bits, but these, like I said, they have a different step in them, so I just have to, find a point to where they start drilling a little bit better. See those 4 bolts that are on the tailgate?
Yeah.
Let me have one. Yeah. Thank you. Washers. Those are for the other side. No, give me 2 of them here. I'm going to need 2 of them here and 2 on the other side. Okay, so now I remove this one from the traction bar. I'm going to set it up here so we can see where the other hole is going to be. So again, take our square and
Mira, güey.
Right here
Mira,
coming up, you can see me install through a hole in the chassis some little strips of metal. So what these are is these are captive nuts that are welded onto this little I don't know what to call it, but it's a piece of metal. It's just a strip of metal that has two nuts welded onto them, and that's what these bolts thread into. I didn't get a good shot of it, but you have to slide it in through a hole on the side of the chassis. It gets in the place it's supposed to go, and you can see the threads through the holes. So a couple of times you'll see me looking for these threads through the holes so I can bolt in the mounting plate for the traction bar. So that's what those are. So it turns out that these holes need to be a little bit bigger than the bolt itself, so you can have a little bit of wiggle room to line up the bolts as you need to. There's obviously adjustment for lining up the traction bars. That happens with the larger size nut that's on the heim joint. You'll see me adjusting those later. But here I had to drill out the holes just a little bit bigger with the step bit. Just one more step, I think, on each hole. And that should allow us to line up the holes and get those bolts in there.
Leonardo, dame el impacto, sí. Allá está atrás de aquella llanta de aquel lado. Y las dos llaves que están ahí. Dame una de las tuercas grandes que están ahí, güey.
No, soy una.
Nomás hay una.
Sí, ya.
Tuercas.
No.
Nuts. These nuts.
Esta,
Yep. These nuts. Got him. So now we're going to repeat the process on this side. We use the traction bar measure that this measures from the rear nut, same as the other one. And in this case we're supposed to be shooting for 55.5 inches from center to center. And we've got the hole punched, and we're going to start off with a small drill bit. ¿Eh? No, eso lo hizo por los rumores de los centros de detención, güey.
No, you didn't ask. Here.
So we took these. Thanks.
You like el pepino limón?
Yep. So we took these down to specs. All the specs are going to be on the sheet. Took these down. Then we bring this jam nut into place here. Tighten it up real nice. What that'll do is that'll keep that from vibrating loose, turning anymore. Kind of like the jam nut on your tie rod ends. Let's give it a look. Check. That's good and tight. Alright. So these have been tightened. Now we're going to tighten these. Yeah. Ya no me voy a apretar esta puerca. Entonces iban a bailar las tuercas.
Pues es lo que pensé, pero las tuercas no tienen una pinche, como una solera que lo agarra.
Sí, güey, pero la solera...
Sí, lo metí en
nomás
las
las detienen,
tuercas.
sí, pero nomás las detienen en relación a una con otra. Pues, no las quería agarrar de un punto débil, pues. ¿Qué vas a entender? Okay, so these are the traction bars there, fully finished. Not exactly something you could see too well from the side of the truck. Kind of one of those pieces, you know, are there, but they're not too showy. So that's them there. They're nice and rugged. These rough country ones, they've got pretty good hardware, pretty good steel on them. That's about 1/4 inch there. These are 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit less than 1/4 inch. But they're nice, good welds, CNC cuts, and they're keyed into each other. And then those supports that are all keyed in are also welded in, make a good structure. And that's it there. So now it's got the rough country steps, the rough country traction bars, and we'll see you next one.